support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7. This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by D.O. Bike and Fitness. Located at 1738 6th Street in Brookings, South Dakota, D.O. is a place for all things bikes. Offering top brands such as Trap and Electra, this close-to-campus store has both bike and e-bike options. Remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy a bike, and that's pretty close. 692-2022 is the number to call for this full-service and sales store. D.O. is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
They are our cuddlers and coworkers, purr machines and love bugs, and constant companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life so much better. When we face unexpected challenges in life, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people who love their pets, and the pets who love their people, ensuring these families stay exactly where they belong, together. And you have something to offer. With an open heart and mind, there is nothing you can't do. There's no gesture too small or too big when it comes to helping. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. You can help keep pets and people together. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. Talk to someone if you're struggling with mental health, because most people out here really care. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. My way of continuing my service is to help protect my community by being a responsible gun owner and by storing firearms safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says,
avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
oh, it's on...
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, Honey Bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back, Jackrabbit fans. It's Hobo Day here in Brookings, South Dakota, the 111th Hobo Day. And the Jackrabbits are taking the field now to face off against the University of Northern Iowa, the Panthers, in Brookings. It's a Missouri Valley Football Conference matchup here for Hobo Day in this sold-out game in Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium. I'm Ben Anderson with Collegiate Sports. Braden Byers back in the studio helping us get this on KSDJ 90.7. Thank you, Braden. It's a great day for football here in Brookings. It's a little windy. Wind coming across this flat plain, hitting the stadium here, coming right at my face, and it's going to affect play here in the pass game and the kickoff, so we will keep that in mind as well. It's a little bit chilly out here as well. High 50s, low 60s here through this one. The Jackrabbits are 5-0 coming into this game, 1-0 in the Missouri Valley Football Conference, able to get a win last week against Youngstown State in a game where the Jackrabbits were down by 17-7 at halftime, able to rally in the second half and beat Youngstown State in Ohio 35-30. Tonight, the Jackrabbits take on UNI, the Panthers from Iowa. And the Panthers coming to this one 2-3 on the season, and opened conference play in the Missouri Valley 0-1. So this game figures to be in favor of the Jackrabbits, but anything can happen here on Hobo Day. Taking a look around the conference, this game about to kick off earlier today in South Dakota in Vermillion. USD taking on Indiana State. That game is currently 13-7 in favor of the Yotes. Another big game in the conference at 2:30 going to be taking place in Southern Illinois, taking on NDSU. Now NDSU sits at second in the Missouri Valley at 5-0 as well, and Southern Illinois third in the conference at 4-1. So that game figures to be a good one for the Missouri Valley, and that will certainly affect the Jackrabbits as we near the postseason, with North Dakota State being the front runner to take on the Jackrabbits in the playoffs. So we will keep you updated on that score as it continues. At 3 o'clock today, Youngstown State going to be taking on North Dakota, and Illinois State at 6 p.m. That game kicking off against Murray State. But this one here, kickoff set for 2. That's been delayed a little bit as we try to get fans in here to Dana J. Dykhouse. There's been extensive lines outside, and just knocked back the kickoff a couple minutes. And we're about to get a coin flip here at the middle as the Jackrabbits and the Panthers have taken the field now. The Jackrabbits wearing their traditional blue shirts and yellow pants with a blue helmet, and the Panthers wearing all white tonight with a purple helmet. So we're about to get the coin flip at center. This is the 111th Hobo Day in Brookings. And this meeting between
UNI and the Jackrabbits is a relationship that has been extensive over the years. It's the 62nd all-time meeting between SDSU and the University of Northern Iowa. And these two teams actually regularly met when they were both part of the North Central Conference in the 1970s. And eventually UNI moves out of that conference. The Jackrabbits move up as well, and now facing off against each other here at the Division I stage in the FCS. Again, you can hear the wind as it's coming quickly here into the stadium like a funnel. It's the flag seems to be blowing to the left slightly and towards me. So that would be a crosswind on the field. So we will see if that affects anything today. 2 minutes till kickoff. And we just got the coin flip. I missed it. I'll try to get that information for you. We'll take a break. We'll be back for kickoff in about a minute. Stick around.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by D.O. Bike and Fitness. Located at 1738 6th Street in Brookings, South Dakota, D.O. is a place for all things bikes. Offering top brands such as Trek and Electra, this close-to-campus store has both bike and e-bike options. Remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy a bike, and that's pretty close. 692-2022 is the number to call for this full-service and sales store. D.O. is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Welcome back into Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium for the Hobo Day game here for the Jackrabbits. The coin toss just took place. The Jackrabbits won the toss and they deferred to the second half. So the Jackrabbits will be kicking off to the Panthers to start this one in the first quarter. The Jackrabbits will be kicking off from right to left as I see it. Kicking for the Jackrabbits is Ryan Harrington with the kickoffs. He's a freshman from Anki, Iowa. Sellout crowd, and Harrington's having some trouble keeping the ball on the tee here for the kickoff, so there's going to be a holder here for the Jackrabbits as this kickoff gets a crosswind from the far side of the field. And we're about to get underway. 15 minutes, the first quarter. Hobo Day is underway. That ball into the end zone, a touchback to start this one off. Jackrabbits on defense, and Northern Iowa will take the ball first. Led by quarterback Matthew Shekelman. The Jackrabbit defense out there. Scheckelman, the quarterback for UNI, wearing all white, purple helmets tonight. 2 receivers out wide, double tight ends and a running back to the left of Scheckelman. It's going to be a quarterback keeper, and he doesn't get far, falling just at the line of scrimmage, maybe picked up 2 yards on that one. Gain of 2. And it will be 2nd and 8 for UNI. Receiver down past the hash marks on the near side. Triple tight ends out here to the right. It's a give to the running back. He heads to the left. The weak side gets stopped here after a nice gain of 5 for UNI. That ball taken by Bill Jackson, the senior out of St. Louis, Missouri. Running back for the Panthers. Makes it 3rd down and 3 for Northern Iowa. Could be a big stop here for the Jackrabbits to start it off. Trips receivers to the right, 1 receiver up top, and running back in motion. Matthew Scheckelman in shotgun, sends a man in motion, steps back inside the pocket looking to pass. It is a pass, almost picked off, but 2 Jackrabbits run into each other, and that ball falls to the turf. It's 4th down. Panthers can't convert on 3rd down, and it's a 3 and out here for the Jackrabbit defense as the Panthers sit at their own 32. It's going to be a punt here. Punter Noah Penninger for the Panthers. He stands at his own 20-yard line. Long snap is back and the punt is up. It's a good punt, flying end over end. It bounces at the Jackrabbit 40, and the Panthers down it at the 39. The Jackrabbits with good field position to start their first drive of the game. Quarterback Chase Mason leads the Jackrabbit offense, and Mason has just been a great quarterback through this season. There's a lot of questions coming in about Mason's ability, with Mark Gronowski transferring out to Iowa. But Mason's really taken this offense as his own, and Mason's been a Jackrabbit for a long time as well, been on the team for many years. It's going to be a handoff to start this one off for the Jackrabbits, and it's going to be a nice pickup here for Julius Longridge. Longridge with the carry. He picks up 5, and it makes it 2nd and 5 for the Jacks. The Jackrabbits sit at the 44-yard line now in their own end. Mason's got trips receivers to the near side. 1 receiver on the far side. Steps back inside the pocket. Quick pass here for Mason. He finds his man and forced out of bounds at the 48-yard line in Panthers territory is Jack Smith, the redshirt freshman out of Sioux Falls. Jack Smith had a great game 2 weeks ago against Mercyhurst here at Dana J as well. The freshman starting his career as a Jackrabbit. Mason, 2 receivers either side, sends a man in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Longridge. He gets tripped up in the backfield, and there's going to be a loss on that one. Loss of 1 for the Jackrabbits. Going to make it 2nd and 11. For the Jacks, they now sit at the 49-yard line in Panther territory. 2nd and 11. The Jackrabbits bring out some extra linemen. 2 tight ends, extra wing on the line. Wide receiver near side. Fake the handoff, play action. Look out, Mason. He's got defensive backs, and Mason takes off outside the pocket. He's going to scramble, headed towards the first down marker. Did he make it? A nice pickup for Mason. headed to that far sideline. He didn't quite get the first down. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Nice scramble for Mason. The pocket collapsed. Defensive lineman back there, and Mason finds a gap and able to pick up a nice 10-yard rush there. Mason's got 2 receivers near side, tight end on the far side, sending Smith in motion. Here is a fullback carry. Fullback dive there for number 43 for the Jackrabbits. That's Andrew Gusted, the fullback. First down for the Jacks. Lee maybe picked up 1 or 2. Gain of 1. Long Ridge struggling early to find avenues to run through. The Jackrabbits sit at the 34-yard line in Panther territory. The Jackrabbits are marching from right to left. Mason has a tight end to his left, 2 receivers to his right, 2 backs in the backfield. It's going to be a screen pass for Smith. Smith gets a block, and he's headed forward towards the first down marker. He gets forced out of bounds at the first down marker, and it will be counted. First down. He made it to the 25-yard line in Jackrabbit territory. Jack Smith with a nice catch and run from the backfield. The Jackrabbits knocking on the door of the red zone. Chase Mason has Long Ridge behind him. 2 receivers either side with tight ends either side. Smith in motion again. It's going to be a handoff. Long Ridge marching forward, and he can't be stopped. Multiple Panthers tried to tackle him. Long Ridge breaks through for a gain of 9. 2nd and 1 for the Jacks, now in the red zone. Second and 1. The Jackrabbits are at the 16-yard line. Extra tight ends out there for South Dakota State. It's going to be a screen or a sweep, and it's going to be for a loss. Tackled in the backfield there by the Panther defense. That's Owen Ostrowski, the defensive end for the Panthers, getting back there, tackling Long Ridge for a loss. It's 3rd and 5 now after losing 4 on that play. Puts the Jackrabbits on the 20-yard line. 5 yards to the first down marker. And extra receivers out there now as Mason's got trips to his left and a receiver on his right. Running back to his right as well. Mason scrambling outside the pocket. It's a boot. He runs far backwards, and he gets sacked for a loss of 10. Flag after the play.
The quarterback keeper, Chase Mason, with the loss. Brought down by Ryan Crandall.
Mason tried to scramble early as the pocket collapsed. And that foul going to be on the offense. And Mason tackled for a big loss of about 11 yards. And it makes it 4th and 16. And field goal unit out there for the Jackrabbits. And it's going to be a 50-yard try, about a 50-yard try here for Eli Statter. Statter's kick is up and no good. Wide to the left that time. Statter misses the field goal. And the Jackrabbits can't put any points on the board on their first drive. The Panthers 3 and out. And when we come back, the Jacks We'll give it over to the Panthers for their second drive of the game. It's a media timeout here, and Dana J will take it with them. Be right back after this.
So what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Panthers on offense. It's a pass play. Intercepted. The Jackrabbits take it away on the first play of the second drive. The Panthers throw the pick to number 0 on the Jackrabbit defense. Isaiah Johnson comes up with the pick right after the media timeout. 1st and 10, SDSU, as the Jackrabbits take it away from the Panthers. Shackelman threw the pick for the UNI Panthers, and the Jackrabbits take over with excellent field position to start off their second drive at the 37-yard line in Panthers territory. Didn't even have time to get out of that commercial break, and the Panthers already turned over the football. 7:42 remains in the first quarter. The Jackrabbits starting their second drive. Mason got trips receivers to the near side. He's looking that way for a pass. An excellent catch at the sideline. Number 84, Alex Bullock, pulled that one in at the 20-yard line. Nice reception there for Bullock. He picked up about 15 on that reception before getting forced out of bounds. And the Jackrabbits are marching. It's 1st and 10. Jack's in the red zone. They're at the 18-yard line. Handoff to Longridge. He breaks through, and the Panthers bring him down after a nice gain of 4. That Chase Mason pass to Bullock was a 19-yarder, and it put the Jackrabbits in scoring position. It's 2nd and 7. The Jackrabbits are at the 15-yard line. 6:40 remaining in the first quarter. Mason trips receivers to the far side. He's got a fullback in the game as well. Longridge on the carry. He gets a gap. Good block there by number 43 again, Andrew Gusted, the fullback, getting a lane open for Julius Longridge. He picks up 6. It's 3rd and 1. The Jacks at the 9-yard line. And a handoff again. Longridge fighting for the first down. He breaks free, spinning forward. Couldn't quite make it to the goal line, but he's down at the 3-yard line. And the Jackrabbits knocking on the door of the end zone now. First down and goal for the Jacks. Still Still Andrew Gustin in the game at fullback. Longridge tries to run it again. He's fighting forward, still up, finally taken down. I think he got met back at the line of scrimmage, maybe picked up one. No gain on the run there for Longridge. It's second and goal for the Jacks at the 3-yard line. 5:28 remains in the first quarter of the Hobo Day game. Extra lineman out there for the Jacks right now, and a wing back on the right side of Mason. Longridge behind Mason in I formation. Handoff, Longridge fighting forward, and he couldn't make it. Got to about the 1, maybe picked up 1 yard, 2 yards. Gain of 1, they'll call it, and it's going to be 3rd and 2 to the goal. Jackrabbits have tried to run with Longridge for the past couple plays now. We'll see if they switch it up. UNI defensive line bringing in Jack Krebs. 295-pound senior at the defensive line. Mason walks into the end zone for the touchdown. Mason with the walk-in off the right side, quarterback keeper. And the Jackrabbits are on the board. It's 6-0 with 4:31 remaining in the first quarter. And Eli Statter for the extra point. The kick is up and through. Extra point is good, and the Jackrabbits lead the UNI Panthers 7-0 on their second drive of the game, led by the interception from Isaiah Johnson, which gave the Jackrabbits excellent field position at about the 39. Alex Bullock picks up a 20-yard reception sent by Chase Mason. Longridge marches forward to the goal line, and Mason walks it in for 6. We're back in a media timeout. We'll be right back where the Panthers will try to answer. Stick around.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, Honey Bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Mason with the walk-in touchdown for the Jackrabbits. Chase Mason is 9 attempts for 1 yard and a touchdown on rushing today. And he gives the Jackrabbits the lead. It's 7-0 for the Hobo Day game. 4:31 remains in the first quarter. The Jackrabbits kicking off to the Panthers from right to left. Kicker for the Jacks is Ryan Harrington. The wind has died down a little bit. No holder necessary for this kickoff. and it's out the back of the end zone. Touchback for UNI to start off their third drive of the game. Matthew Scheckelman going to be coming out. Scheckelman threw a interception in his second drive of the game for the Panthers, leading to the Jackrabbit touchdown. Isaiah Johnson, the cornerback for the Jackrabbits, responsible for that pick. He is a senior out of Chicago Heights, Illinois. Midco Sports went back into a media timeout here. We'll stick with it. Currently, Julius Lawridge is the leading rusher of this game. He's got 9 attempts for 30 yards, a long of 9 yards, averaging 3.3 yards a carry. Jack Smith had that one dump screen, and he was able to pick up 9 yards on that rush as well. Mason is currently 2 for 2 on passing for 28 yards, currently a passer rating of 217. On the other hand, Matthew Scheckelman, the quarterback for UNI, is 0 for 2 and 1 interception. Not a great passer rating on the other side of the ball for Scheckelman. Alex Bullock has the longest reception of the game so far. That went for 19 yards, setting up that touchdown for Chase Mason. Coming out of the media timeout, a touchback was the result of the kickoff by the Jackrabbits, and UNI will take over at the 25. It will be 1st and 10. 4:31 remaining in the first quarter. The Jackrabbits lead it 7-0. UNI on their third drive of the game at the 25, coming from left to right. Scheckelman with receiver either side. 2 tight ends in the game for UNI. It's going to be a handoff. They're running to the far side, trying for a sweep, and a nice pickup there sent by Forward Progress. The Jackrabbits able to push the back. Harrison Bay Bowie was the running back for UNI, and he picks up about 4. Makes it 2nd and 6 for the Panthers. They are now at the 29-yard line as you can hear the wind start to pick up once again here in South Dakota. 4 minutes remains in the first quarter. Harrington has trips receivers. He's stepping back inside the pocket. The pocket's collapsing. He looks to pass. He's going to get taken down. He pushed forward for a gain of about 2. He was trying to get out of there. Forcing the pressure, will linebacker Colin McShane out of Marquette, Iowa for the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. After the pickup of 2 on the scramble, the Panthers are on the 31. It's 3rd down and 4. Trips receivers to the near side. 2 receivers far side. No backs in the backfield. Sends a man in motion. Now a back in the backfield to the left. Another man in motion for the Panthers. Stepping back inside the pocket to pass. It's a deep one. Headed to the sideline over the head of Isaiah Johnson. What a catch there by number 0, J.C. Roquette Jr. Caught a bomb sent by Scheckelman, and that puts the Panthers in the Jackrabbit 38-yard line. 1st and 10. What an unbelievable catch there by Roquette Jr. He caught it over the head of Isaiah Johnson, and Johnson had excellent coverage on that side. Locked down, and somehow Roquette Jr. grabs the football from behind the head, reach around of Isaiah Johnson, and the sideline for the Panthers going crazy after that one. And excellent field position now as the Panthers enter the Jackrabbit side of the field for the first time. 2:43 remains in the first quarter of this one. Timeout taken by the Panthers. It's 1st and 10. And the Panthers finally making the Jackrabbit defense a little worried there after that completion. That was a 31-yard catch from Sheckelman to Roque Jr. .243 remains in the first quarter. And the Panthers back out there after the timeout. Trips to the right. It's going to be a handoff. Headed to the middle, and the Jackrabbits stop that one quickly. Picked up about 2 or 3. Makes it second down for the Panthers. And they're going to say 7. Second and 7. The Panthers at the 35-yard line. Fullback in the game for the Panthers. Sending a man in motion now. 3 receivers to the near side. Sheckelman's going to keep it, running to that near side. And he picks up the first down. And the Panthers marching forward. First and 10, the Panthers set up at the 25-yard line in Jackrabbit territory. Minute 40 remains in the first quarter. Two receivers either side of Sheckelman, running back to his right. Sheckelman steps back inside the pocket, looking to scramble. He moves forward, finds a gap in the middle, and pushes forward for a nice gain there on the scramble. Second down and 5 for the Panthers. Puts them at the 20-yard line. Minute remaining in the first quarter. Panthers in the red zone. 2 receivers either side once again. Bill Jackson the back to the right of Sheckelman. A man in motion running across the field. And it's going to be a handoff. And that handoff stopped quickly by the defensive line. Kobe Claiborne responsible for that one. It's going to make it third down after the loss. And about 6 yards to go. 22 seconds in the first quarter. Will we get another play? Yes, there's about 1 more second on the shot clock. So maybe the Panthers let it tick down in the second quarter. I think they will. It's third down and 7 when we come back at the end of the first quarter. So we will step aside for a media timeout. When we come back, the second quarter, the Panthers in the red zone, and it's 3rd and 7. Stick around.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
So what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by DO Bike and Fitness. Located at 1738 6th Street in Brooklyn, South Dakota, DO is a place for all things bikes. Offering top brands such as Trap and Electra, this close-to-campus store has both bike and e-bike options. Remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy a bike, and that's pretty close. 692-2022 is the number to call for this full-service and sales store. DO is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio KSDJ 90.7.
Welcome back to Collegiate Sports. I'm Ben Anderson. Braden Byers back in the studio. It's Hobo Day here at South Dakota State. And the Jackrabbits lead over the UNI Panthers 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. Starting off the second quarter, it's 3rd and 7. The Panthers on the 22-yard line. Just stopped on the run for a loss by Kobe Claymore, the defensive tackle. And now the Panthers trying to convert and score to answer to the Jackrabbits 7. Back in the pocket to pass. Shackelman taken down for the sack. Cullen McShane with the sack for the Jacks, and it's 4th down. The Panthers are going to be going for the field goal here. They are set up at the 26-yard line. Cullen lost them about 4 yards on the sack. So it's 4th and 11. Field goal coming up. Max Barczyk is the field. And the ball is loose. And the Jackrabbits force it out of bounds. A fumble there on the fault of the hold of the long snapper, and that one flies backwards. And the Jackrabbits push it out of bounds at the 49. And the Jacks will start there as an absolute disaster play for the Panthers. Believe the Jackrabbits just got a sideline warning. First and 10 for the Jacks. 14-15 remaining, and the Jackrabbits set up at the 45-yard line. Mason's going to hand it off to Longridge, who can't find a lane, and he gets tackled for a loss in the backfield. That stop was made by Braden McShane, the outside linebacker for the Panthers. Loss of 5 on that one. It's going to make it 2nd and 15 for the Jacks. Set up at the 40-yard line. 13:42 remaining in the second quarter. Mason sends Smith in motion. Trips receivers to the far side. Mason has a back behind him. And it's a handoff to the back. That's James Basinger. Basinger fights forward for a couple yards. Basinger picks up 5, makes it 3rd and 10. There's an injured Panther down. Made the tackle there. And down injured. Mo Alowo, the safety out of Rogers, Minnesota, senior, is down for UNI at the 45-yard line. It's going to be an injury timeout here. 3rd and 10 for the Jackrabbits. When we come back, 13:15 left in the first half. We'll be back after the injury timeout is cleared.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Injury timeout cleared here at Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium. I'm Ben Anderson for Collegiate Sports. Braden Byers with me in the studio. The Jackrabbits lead this one 7-0, 13-15 left in the first half. Alowo was the injured man down for UNI. He was able to walk off the field under his own power. He's in the medical tent right now. Jackrabbits, it's 3rd and 10. They're set up at the 45-yard line. Mason's got trips receivers to his left, one on his right. He steps back inside the pocket to pass, and a whistle blows the play dead. Play clock was off there. Had to reset play clock to 40 seconds. 13-15. The quarter just had to reset the game clock and the play clock. Mason, 2 receivers either side. Sending the man in motion. Inside the pocket, steps back to pass. It's a quick one. Down, caught. Forced out of bounds. Catch there for number 10 for the Jackrabbits. Brayden Delahoy reels that one in. The Jackrabbits. There's a flag down. The Jackrabbits didn't quite get there. It's going to be pass interference on the offense, and the Jackrabbits are going to back up. Interesting call there. Pass interference on the offense, and the Jackrabbits marched back 15 yards on that costly penalty. Makes it 3rd and 25. Third and 25, the Jacks on the 30-yard line, backed up by offensive pass interference. And now it's 3rd down once again. Mason stepping back inside the pocket, sending receivers on verticals. Mason, as he scrambles, the pocket collapses, and he passes one forward. Caught there at the sideline by Alex Bullock. He's shoved out of bounds. The catch brings the Jackrabbits to the 45-yard line, and it's going to be 4th and 10, so I think the punt team's going to come out here. Ball is on the 46-yard line, 4th and 9, and the punt team out for the Jackrabbits as they're set up at the 45. In their own territory. 12-28 remains in the first half. Another reset of the game clock, moving it to 12-14 now. Another stoppage. And the fans 12 minutes and 14 seconds. The game clock needs to be reset to again. Another stoppage here. And the play clock needs to be brought up to 40 seconds. And it's going to be a punt formation for the Jackrabbits. Max Pelham is the punter for SDSU. Under 12 minutes remaining in the first half. The punt away, and Pelham gets hit after the play there. We'll see if we get roughing the punter, but that punt goes out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. No flag on that one. Pelham did get hit, maybe by his own player there, some fans. And the ref says no foul for roughing the kicker as the player was blocked into the punter. A lot of fans in the stadium not happy, the sellout crowd here in Dana J. And as they show the replay here, and more boos from the crowd. Especially after those two stoppages for the clock reset by the head referee. The fans not happy with the officials here right now. Head referee for this one is Tyler Downs. 11:47 remains in the first half. The Jackrabbits lead it 7-0. They just punted away. It'll be a touchback for the Panthers after this media timeout. We'll be right back after this.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
Welcome back in to Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium. I'm Ben Anderson with Collegian Sports. Grand Poobah Claire Kennecke for Hobo Day just honored down on the field. And the UNI Panthers taking over. It's a pass play caught by the running back for a nice gain, run after catch for Bill Jackson. Jackson marches forward for a gain of 9 after the catch. 2nd and 1 for the Panthers. Ball is set at the 29-yard line in Panther territory. The Panthers marching from right to left. 11:13 remaining in the first half. Quad receivers out to the right. It's a run to Jackson. It's brought down. Don't know if he was able to pick up that first down, and they're going to give him forward progress on that one. First down for the Panthers. Gain of 1 on the run by Jackson, and it will be the Panthers on the 30-yard line. 1st and 10, 10:37 remains in the second quarter. Again, quad receivers to the right of Sheckelman. And this time it's a sweep that way for Jackson. He has plenty of blockers, and he picks up the first down. A 10-yard run there from Bill Jackson.
the Panthers marching with the run game of Bill Jackson. The UNI Panthers set up at the 43 now, 1st and 10, nearing Jackrabbit territory. Again, the Panthers with 4 receivers off to the right, sending 3 in motion now, 2 tight ends and a receiver off to the left, and a receiver on the far side again. Another motion, and stepping back for the pass this time. Sheckelman in trouble, has to get rid of it. He throws it out of bounds, and a flag flies in. A lot of pass interference on the defense, and the Jackrabbits let up a costly one there, and the fans not happy. Marching forward after the penalty, the Panthers with excellent field position, and now the replay being shown and more boos from the crowd. 9:38 remains in the first half, and it was number 1, Jaden Oliver on the coverage, and he doesn't even touch the receiver near that sideline. Another run play here for the Panthers. Marching forward is Harrison Bay-Bowie. Makes it 2nd and about 8. The Panthers at the 40-yard line now in Jackrabbit territory. It's 2nd and 8 after the controversial penalty. 9 minutes, 10 seconds remains in the first half of the Hobo Day game. It's 2nd and 8 for the Panthers. 5 receivers spread out for the Panthers. No back. Stepping back inside the pocket. Quick pass here for Bill Jackson, and picks up a nice gain on the reception there to the running back for the Panthers. 3rd down and 2. Panthers are at the 35 in Jackrabbit territory. It's 3rd and 2, 8:34 remaining in the first half. Two receivers either side of Sheckelman, the quarterback. Sends a man in motion. Now Bay-Bowie is the back to the right of Sheckelman. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper off the right side, and he can't make it to the first down. Picked up 1 yard, needed 2. It's 4th and 1 for the Panthers. Now, the Panthers are in Jackrabbit territory. They're at the 34-yard line. 4th and 1, and it's going to be 4th down, and the Jackrabbit defense is going to be needing a stop here as the Panthers knocking on the door. Sheckelman is under center. Running back behind him is Bay-Bowie. Handoff to Bowie. He forces forward, and I think forward progress is going to give him, 2 yards. First down for the Panthers. The Jackrabbits can't get the stop, and the Panthers march forward after a 4th down conversion. They're at the 31-yard line. .7:14 remaining in the first half. Sheckelman has 2 tight ends out there either side now. Running back is number 39, Caden Ammon-Suter. It's a pass play. This one caught for a 5-yard gain. And that one was caught. I think that was caught by Ammon-Suter. I'm not sure, I couldn't quite see the number there. It's going to be 2nd and 5 after the reception there. 2 receivers near side, tight end far side. Quarterback pass inside the pocket, and the Jackrabbits were caught in man coverage with no safety, and a nice catch in the middle of the field there by J.C. Roque Jr. And that pickup gives the first down to the Panthers. It's 1st and 10. They're at the 11 in the red zone now. Jackrabbit defense looking for a stop. 3 tight ends out there for UNI. 4 receivers to the left of Sheckelman. It's going to be a handoff to the back, Jackson, and he tries to fight forward, picks up 2 yards on that rush. 2nd and 8, and the Panthers are at the 9-yard line in Jackrabbit territory now. Sheckelman with 2 tight ends to his right and a receiver. And 1 receiver to his left. Stepping back inside the pocket, looking for a pass. It's headed to the end zone and couldn't get there. That one intended for number 13, Tyson Kershaw. On the defense was number 13 on the other side of the ball for the Jackrabbits. That one was Aiden Dodderman, the corner. Makes it 3rd and 8 for the Panthers. 5:07 remains in the first half. Trips receivers to the left of Sheckelman. 1 receiver to the right. Running back is Bill Jackson. Jackrabbits showing blitz. They send the house. Many linebackers headed forward. Sheckelman brought down for the sack. Sheckelman took the loss, and it's 4th and 12 now for the Panthers. They are on the 13-yard line, and the field goal unit out there for Iowa. Max Bartuchek is the kicker. Panthers trying to put some points on the board. 4:30 remains in the first half. The kick is up and through. Field goal is good for the UNI Panthers. 7-3 is the score with 4:23 remaining in the first half. We'll take a break. When we come back, the Jackrabbits back on offense. Stick around.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
Welcome back to Dana J for the Hobo Day game. I'm Ben Anderson with Collegiate Sports. Braden Byers back in the studio helping us out today. 4:23 remaining in the first quarter. The Jackrabbits lead the Panthers 7-3. Panthers just marched down the field, able to kick a field goal, but the Jackrabbit defense got a stop in the red zone to force that field goal. So good work by the defense there. A controversial penalty in the middle of that drive gave the Panthers the opportunity to kick that field goal. And the fans having some problem with the refs today here in Brookings. Over in Vermilion, USD leads Indiana State 19-14. 2 minutes, 25 seconds remain in that game. And just kicking off is the Southern Illinois North Dakota State game. And the Bison lead Southern Illinois 7-3. Kickoff by the Panthers. Hits the end zone. It'll be a touchback. We have not had a return so far off of kickoffs in this one. All of them out the back of the end zone. .4:23 left in the first half. The Jackrabbits back on offense. They lead it by 4. Still a windy day here in South Dakota. Mason in shotgun formation. Fullback in the game for the Jacks. Man in motion. They're going to run it with Lawridge, and he gets stopped in the backfield. And the 605 Hogs, the lineman up front, not happy about the result of that one. And Lawridge brought down for a loss of 1. Second and 11. The Jackrabbits losing one on that play with Lawridge. Lawridge has not put together a great run game to start. 10 attempts for 25 yards, averaging 2.5 yards a carry. Mason sends a man in motion. Fullback still in the game. Mason step back to pass. It's a bootleg. Out here for Jack Smith, who catches it at the 31. Picking up the first down, Jack Smith, the redshirt freshman out of Sioux Falls. Nice pickup there by Jack Smith. 3:20 remains in the first half. The Jackrabbits, 2 receivers to the left of Mason. And handoff here to Lawridge once again. He breaks free, gets through the defense, and gets caught from behind. But not after a great gain from Lawridge. That was about a 20-yard breakaway from Julius Lawridge. Moving the chains once again, a 1st and 10. The Jackrabbits are now in Panther territory. They're at the 37-yard line. Mason rolls out to his left. Pass wide open, caught for a nice gain. That's number 8, Sammy Dreesy from Maisie, Kansas. He's a redshirt freshman. Pickup and another first down for the Jackrabbits after the reception. Mason hands off Lawridge, headed left, breaking free, one man to beat, and he gets beat at the 2-yard line. Lawridge brought down for a great gain, another first down. It's going to be 1st and goal now. The Jackrabbits marching forward, and they're down to the 3-yard line. Interestingly, haven't had a spot yet of the football. Waiting. University of Northern Iowa called for sideline interference there on that last run. That is their first warning of the game. And they're going to reset the game clock as there's more than 2 minutes left. .208 remains in the first quarter. The Jackrabbits are on the 3-yard line. It's 1st and goal. Mason with 2 fullbacks. He's going to keep it. And in for the touchdown. Second of the day, Chase Mason. Mason with his 2nd touchdown of the day. Another quarterback keeper walking. Led by the 605 Hogs, the offensive line. Excellent blocks, and Mason goes untouched in the end zone for the 2nd time today. Extra point here for Eli Statter. Kick is up and through. Statter had to hesitate there as the hold didn't quite get down in time, but he's able to get it through for the extra point. It is 14-3. The Jackrabbits lead the Panthers by 11. 2:02 remains in the first half. The Jacks will kick off. And I think we're going to do that before the 2-minute timeout. We will. The Panthers coming out to return, and the Jackrabbits will kick it off. Kicking off for SDSU is Ryan Harrington. And 2 seconds until the 2-minute timeout, so this one should bring us to that break. We will stick with it for the kickoff. Again, windy day here. The Jackrabbits will kick off from left to right as the wind has kind of shifted, blowing more from right to left now. And Harrington tees it up for the kickoff. And the ball does fall down. We might need another holder. We will get a holder for the Jackrabbits. The wind has once again picked up. And we will have a holder. Bowden Schiller out there holding it for Ryan Harrington. And here comes the kick. Harrington's kick, end over end. This one's going to get a return as bounces short. Picked up, and UNI gets brought down. Excellent special teams play by the Jackrabbits. Pins the Panthers at about the 11-yard line. Return of Jaden Hodge for the Panthers, and he doesn't get anywhere. The Jackrabbits stop him. It's 1:58 remaining in the first half, and it'll bring us to the 2-minute timeout. We'll take it and be right back after this.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. Talk to someone if you're struggling with mental health, because most people out here really care. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Welcome back in here to Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium. It's windy once again. Anyways, on that kickoff, there was a flag headed into the 2-minute timeout. We did take the 2-minute timeout, but we're back here. The Jackrabbits have to kick off once again. A 5-yard penalty assessed on the kickoff now. So the Jackrabbits will instead kick it from the 30-yard line on their own end. Costly penalty on the kickoff as the Jackrabbits would have pinned the Panthers down at the 11-yard line. Now have to re-kick A 1:58 remains in the first quarter, the first half. Plenty of time for the Panthers to make something happen on offense. Ball falls down again. We'll have to get another holder out there. Currently, Chase Mason is 3 for 3 passing for 44 yards, a rating of 223. Mason also has both of the Jackrabbits touchdowns, both rushing. Here is the kick, and it is up, and it's going to be fielded once again as two returners run into each other. They're able to make a clean return. They bring it out to the 25. Better field position than the first kick, so they'll take it. That one was returned by Caden Amigan Suter. Minute 54 is on the clock at the first half, and the Panthers on offense. 1st and 10, they're at the 25-yard line.
Ball will be placed at the 17-yard line. First down. Please reset the game clock. 2 minutes, 58 seconds. Thank you.
After review, they say fair catch was called by the receiver, and they're backed up to the 17. Important to note that the kick returner, Caden Hodge, did not catch that kickoff. Fair catch was called. So Sheckelman and the offense are at the 17 now. It's 1st and 10. Inside the pocket, looking to pass. Sheckelman finds his man. It's a screen. It is Bill Jackson, and he finds room to run after the catch. First down there as the Panthers march forward. He was brought down at the 30. Another pass here and another catch from Sheckelman. That one caught by the tight end. Number 89 caught that one as Parker Sutherland. Another pass from Sheckelman gets the first down, moving the chains for Iowa. J.C. Roque Jr. caught that one. 1st and 10, the Panthers marching on the 44-yard line, running quickly now is just over a minute. Sheckelman in trouble, has to take off, and he's headed towards the sideline. He gets out of bounds to stop the clock. Picked up about 5 yards on that carry. It's 2nd and 5 for UNI. The clock stops at 1:10. 2nd and 5, clock stops. Sheckelman got out of bounds. 3 receivers to the left of Sheckelman, 1 to the right. He has a running back next to him. Stepping back inside the pocket to pass, looking for an open man, gets it to the running back, fighting forward for the first down. He lost the football. Fumble recovered by the Jackrabbits. Did they blow it dead? No, turnover, and it's a fumble recovered by the defense. Joe Ullman, the linebacker, with the fumble recovery for the yellow and blue. Ball comes out at the 46-yard line in Jackrabbit territory, and Caden Amigan Suter responsible for coughing that one up. Recovered by Joe Ullman, the linebacker, and the Jackrabbits back on offense with a minute left in the first half. 1st and 10, and Mason inside the pocket looking to pass, and just to the left of his man, and it flies out of bounds, incomplete. 2nd and 10, 58 seconds left in the first half. The Jackrabbits are at the 47. 2nd and 10 now. Jacks lead at 14-3 over the Panthers. Mason claps once, takes a snap inside the pocket, looking for a deep pass this time, scrambling inside the pocket, gets it out to Jack Smith, who toe taps and gets it out of bounds. Flag is down. Roughing the passer on the defense, and the Jackrabbits are going to get an automatic first down. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty. And they're at the 34-yard line for the Panthers. First and 10 at the 34 in Panthers territory. Mason, two receivers either side, looking to pass inside the pocket. Pocket collapsing, has to get outside, check down to the running back, James Basinger, who gets hit hard. And a gain of about 2. It's going to be 2nd and 2 after the catch by Basinger. Maybe 2nd and 8. A gain of 2 on that one. Timeout's going to be called by the Jackrabbits. It will be 46 seconds remaining in the first half. The Jackrabbits nearing the Panther end zone. They are going to be positioned at the 32-yard line. Excuse me, 34-yard line in Panther territory. And a timeout called by the Jackrabbits. Student section still full here in Dana J nearing halftime. Stands packed of yellow and blue all around today for Hobo Day. Everybody having a good time with a little bit of chilly weather here in South Dakota. Mason back out there. 46 seconds remains in the first half. Two receivers either side. 2nd and 8. Stepping back to pass. Mason gets it to his man. That's Jack Smith, and he fights forward for the first down.
That's Jack Smith with the reception and a Jackrabbit first down.
Reception from Jack Smith, 40 seconds and counting for the first down. Mason takes a snap, two receivers inside. He's looking bad, and gets caught from behind. Mason sacked on that one. Timeout taken with 32 seconds by SDSU. Mason got sacked for a loss. It'll be 2nd and long. More specifically about 2nd and 14 now for the Jackrabbits. Ball's on the 19. Ball was on the 19. It gets backed up to the 24. The Jackrabbits get pushed out of the red zone by that sack. Mason didn't see him coming. And this timeout purely to stop the clock. The Jackrabbits looking to score headed into halftime. Mason, after the timeout, two receivers either side, has Basinger at his right. Panthers showing 3 rush. They send 4, a linebacker on the blitz. Here is Mason, and he gets brought down for a sack again. 2 consecutive sacks for UNI. That one was number 47. Caton Fife with the sack for UNI. And 23 seconds remain in the first half. Jackrabbits lose more on that one. It's going to make it 3rd and about 16, no, 18. 3rd and 18 for the Jacks as Mason gets sacked back to back. The Jackrabbits at the 28-yard line. 23 seconds remain in the first half. It's 14-3. The Jacks lead it. Here is Mason stepping back inside the pocket. He's in trouble. He has to scramble out. Here's a pass towards the end zone, and that's incomplete. Good defense there. That one intended for number 84, Alex Bullock. 18 seconds left, and the Jackrabbits use another timeout. It'll be 4th down and 18. Field goal unit out there for the Jacks. Eli Statter is the kicker. This will be from the 35-yard line, a 45-yard attempt here from Statter. The wind is a factor. 18 seconds left in the first half. And timeout from UNI, and that's a good thing. I think that one was wide right from Statter. Icing the kicker, UNI uses a timeout. (14-3) the score. The Jacks by 11, and Statter coming out here to kick it after the timeout from UNI. His first kick looked wide to the right before the ice. (45-yard kick from Eli Statter. The hold, it's up, and it's short. Had a good line, but falls short of the crossbar and lands in the end zone. Field goal no good for Statter. 13 seconds remain in the first quarter. The Jackrabbits can't put any points on the board there after the fumble recovery. It's 14-13 still. The Jackrabbits by 11. And the Panthers will get the ball with 13 seconds remaining in the first half. They will not get the ball in the second half. The Jackrabbits won the coin toss deferred. The Jacks will start off with the ball in the third quarter. Panthers out there gonna kneel it and bring us to the half. That will be halftime. 14-3, the Jackrabbits ahead by 11 on this Hobo Day, the 111th consecutive. We'll be back for our halftime report and the third quarter. Stick around, this one is an interesting one. And we'll have some scores throughout the conference. Braden Byers back in the studio helping us out. Thank you, I'm Ben Anderson. It's halftime, 14-3, Jacks by 11.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
They are our cuddlers and coworkers, purr machines and love bugs, and constant companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life so much better. When we face unexpected challenges in life, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people who love their pets, and the pets who love their people, ensuring these families stay exactly where they belong, together. And you have something to offer. With an open heart and mind, there is nothing you can't do. There's no gesture too small or too big when it comes to helping. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. You can help keep pets and people together. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. My way of continuing my service is to help protect my community by being a responsible gun owner and by storing firearms safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
So what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, Honey Bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
A heads up before something bad happens.
You should not send that text.
Uh-oh. Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can reverse prediabetes and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by D.O. Bike and Fitness. Located at 1738 6th Street in Brookings, South Dakota, D.O. is a place for all things bikes. Offering top brands such as Trek and Electra, this close-to-campus store has both bike and e-bike options. Remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy a bike, and that's pretty close. 692-2022 is the number to call for this full-service and sales store. D.O. is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio KSDJ 90.7.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings ParkWest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, ParkWest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. ParkWest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Welcome in to the Collegian Halftime Report. I'm Ben Anderson with Collegian Sports. Thanks for sticking along the ride for this one. It's 14-3. The Jackrabbits lead over the UNI Panthers by 11. About 11 minutes left of halftime here. We'll do our Collegian Halftime Report, and we'll take another break, and we'll head into the third quarter where the Jackrabbits will start with the ball. Let's take a look around the Missouri Valley Football Conference. Earlier today, USD faced off against Indiana State. The Yotes able to take away a victory of 19-14 there in that one. Then there's this game, UNI losing to South Dakota State currently by about 11. It's 14-3 here in Brookings. And North Dakota State facing off against Southern Illinois, which is a very interesting matchup. North Dakota State 5-0 in the season. Southern Illinois 4-1 of the season. The number 2 and number 3 seeds in the Missouri Valley. Southern Illinois currently leads North Dakota State 10-7, which has pretty big playoff implications for the Jackrabbits as well. The Jacks ranked number 1 in the Missouri Valley as it stands today. Youngstown State facing off against the University of North Dakota. It's 14-0 in favor of the Fighting Hawks in that one. Later today at 6 p.m., Illinois State, Murray State, a showdown there, kicking off at 6. Taking a look at what's coming up for the Jackrabbit football team. Headed over to Murray State next week on the 18th. They'll play a 6 p.m. game in Murray, Kentucky. That'll be on the Jackrabbit Sports Network. Then headed back home to Dana J. Dykehouse. The Dakota Marker game is October 25th. That game still to be determined at start time. That is Saturday, October 25th, though, and we will have it for you on Collegiate Sports. That will be the game of the year, if not the Montana State game earlier this season in Bozeman. But at home for the Jackrabbits, this is the biggest game of the year. North Dakota State, the Dakota Marker game, October 25th. Tune in to Collegiate Sports for that one. Then Indiana State plays here in Brookings November 1st at 2 p.m. The Jacks have a couple more Missouri Valley Football Conference games throughout November. South Dakota on the 8th, Illinois State on the 15th, and UND on the 22nd to round out the regular season for the Jackrabbits. But later this month, again, make sure you tune into Collegiate Sports for the North Dakota State game. The Dakota Marker could be the biggest game of the year for SDSU. Take a look at stats through this one. Chase Mason, the quarterback for South Dakota State, is 7 for 9 on passing for 86 yards, a completion percentage of 78%. He currently has a passer rating of 158. On the other side of the ball, Sheckelman, the quarterback for UNI, is 9 for 12. He picked it up later in the first half. Is 94 yards, 1 interception, a rating of 124. Rushing for UNI, Sheckelman has 8 attempts for 19 yards, an average of 2.4 yards a carry. Jackson, the running back, the lead back for UNI, Bill Jackson, 5 attempts for 18 yards, an average of 3.6 yards a carry. Harrison Bay Bowie, the other running back, is 4 attempts for 13 yards for 3.3 yards per carry. Receiving for UNI, Bill Jackson leads the team with 3 receptions for 25 yards, and about 10 yards after catch, he's caught all 3 of his 3 targets. Then J.C. Roque Jr. has 2 receptions for 21 yards, along of 14. The longest catch of the day was from Tyson Kershaw and UNI, and he caught 1 pass for 31 yards. The Jackrabbits side of the ball rushing, Julius Longridge has 13 attempts for 71 yards, along of 27 yards, got a breakaway, now averaging 5.5 yards a carry, much better than earlier in the day. Not much else going on for rushing. Chase Mason has 6 attempts for -5 yards, but 2 touchdowns in there, both coming from Chase Mason on the rush. Good credit to the 605 Hogs, the offensive line for the Jackrabbits. Mason walks in on both those touchdowns untouched. Jackrabbit receiving corps, Jack Smith, the redshirt freshman for the Jackrabbits, has 3 receptions, catching all 3 of his targets for 34 yards, a long of 13. He has 11 yards after the catch. Alex Bullock caught the long of the day, 2 receptions for 35 yards. His long was 19, longest for the Jackrabbits, 4 yards after catch there. Sammy Drees, a redshirt freshman out of Kansas, caught a reception also for 13 yards. He got 3 yards after the catch. Basinger also with a reception for 4 yards for the Jackrabbits. Looking at the game scope, the Panthers have 143 total yards compared to the Jackrabbits 166. 94 of those coming from passing for UNI, 86 passing for the Jackrabbits, rushing 49 for the Panthers, 80 for the Jackrabbits. And the Jackrabbits have been suffering from penalties today. They have 3 for 35 compared to the Panthers, 2 for 17 yards. Jackrabbits have had 12 first downs compared to the Panther 9. And the Jackrabbits have converted on 3rd down 3 out of 6 times. The Panthers have only converted 1 out of 5. They converted 1 4th down also. The Jackrabbits have had 2 times in the red zone. They're 2 successful times in the red zone. They're 2 for 4. And the Panthers 1 for 2 in the red zone. Pretty even time possession, both sitting around 15 minutes. The Jackrabbits have gained 2 turnovers from the Panthers. The Panthers have lost 2, 1 from a fumble, 1 from a pick. That pick resulted in a touchdown for the Jackrabbits. The front defensive line for the Panthers has been pretty good today. They have 3 sacks on Chase Mason for a loss of 19. And the Jackrabbit defensive line has 2 sacks for a loss of 8. That is the game scope for this one. 14-3 is the score. We've got about 4 minutes until the 3rd quarter kicks off. We'll take a break. We'll be back for the start of that quarter, so make sure you stick around.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. HarQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
They are our cuddlers and coworkers, purr machines and love bugs, and constant companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life so much better. When we face unexpected challenges in life, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people who love their pets, and the pets who love their people, ensuring these families stay exactly where they belong, together. And you have something to offer. With an open heart and mind, there is nothing you can't do. There's no gesture too small or too big when it comes to helping. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. You can help keep pets and people together. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
It's the start of the third quarter here in Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium, Hobo Day here in Brookings at South Dakota State. I'm Ben Anderson with Collegiate Sports. Brayden Byers back in the studio helping us out today. This is Collegiate Sports. If you're listening on KSDJ 90.7 FM, that's student radio here on campus, we appreciate you listening. If you're listening on our YouTube channel, thank you as well. Third quarter about to get underway. The Jackrabbits will start receiving as they deferred after the coin toss. 15 minutes goes up. The start of the third quarter. It's about to get underway. Ball is having some trouble staying on the tee once again for the kickoff, so we're going to need a holder here for UNI potentially. We will see what they do there. The wind has been an issue for the kickers today. A lot of missed field goals through this one. Panthers the only ones to be able to make it. The Jackrabbits have missed 2 field goals today. Panthers also missed a field goal, but that was the fault of the holder and the long snappers. That one was a fumble. The Jackrabbits will start. That was a touchback at the 25-yard line. It's first and 10, 15 minutes, the start of the third quarter. Chase Mason. Shotgun formation. Receivers either side. 2 tight ends out there. Stepping back inside the pocket to pass. Mason looks to his left. Starts to run that way now, and he's going to take off with it. Gains about 3 yards. 2nd and 7 after the carry by Mason. Jacks will be set up at the 28-yard line in their own territory now, as the clock will start to run. Mason under center now. 2 receivers either side, and it's Lawrence behind him. It will be a handoff to Lawrence, who tries to bounce outside to the left, and he gets tackled for a loss there, a big one. Lost about 5 on that one. They say lost 3 forward progress, makes it 3rd and 10 for the Jacks. They're still at the 25-yard line. Mason, shotgun. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Has Longridge on his left as well. Stepping back inside the pocket. Quick pass off the fingertips of Alex Bullock. And the pass falls to the turf. 4th down and 10. The Jackrabbits will have to punt it away after gaining no yards after receiving the ball after the half. Punter for the Jackrabbits is Max Pelham. Pelham will take the snap with 13:38 on the clock, and he gets hit. That ball is down as he tried to punt it. That's a blocked punt, and the Panthers are going to come up with it on the Jackrabbit 12. The punt came off slow, and Pelham gets drilled, and the blocked punt gives the Panthers field position on the 12-yard line in Jackrabbit territory. Disastrous turn of events there for the Jackrabbits. 13:30 remains in the 3rd quarter. Panthers on the 12. It's 1st and 10. Sheckelman has 3 receivers to his left. It is a reverse. And a Wildcat pass is picked off in the end zone. Jalen Lee, the free safety, picks it off in the end zone. Northern Iowa tried for the trick play. They brought in the backup quarterback alongside Matthew Sheckelman. And Sheckelman hands it off to a running back. Running back reverse back to Aiden Dunn, the backup quarterback. He goes off to the bootleg to the right, passing to the back right corner of the end zone. It's picked off by Jalen Lee, and the Jackrabbits back with the ball. The touchback brings it out to the 20-yard line. What a turn of events there. Jackrabbits blocked punt gives Northern Iowa the ball at the 12-yard line in Jackrabbit territory. They try to get fancy on 1st and 10 with a trick play. The ball wobbles out of the backup quarterback's hand and falls into the Jackrabbit defense's arms of number 6, Jalen Lee. Jack's back with the ball. We're in a media timeout. We'll take it with them. Be right back after this.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by DO Bike and Fitness. Located at 1738 6th Street in Brookings, South Dakota, DO is a place for all things bikes. Offering top brands such as Trap and Electra, this close-to-campus store has both bike and e-bike options. Remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy a bike, and that's pretty close. 692-2022 is the number to call for this full-service and sales store. DO is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio KSDJ 90.7.
Jackrabbits back with the ball. It's on the 20. It's 1st and 10 after the interception by Jalen Lee. Mason takes it, handoff to Longridge. He's headed out to the left side. He gets forced out of bounds after a gain of about 2. Gonna give him 1. Be 2nd and 9. Jack's at the 21-yard line after the 1-yard run by Longridge. Jalen Lee with a takeaway in the red zone, where the Panthers had excellent position on 1st and 10. Jalen Lee saves the day for the Jacks, stops the touchdown. And here is Mason again on 2nd down, handing off Longridge. Similar style play. He heads out to the left, and he gets stopped with the 605 Hogs pushing the pile, and then gain about 2 yards there. Be 3rd and 7. The Jackrabbits will be at the 23-yard line. And the Jacks have been stifled on the run game in the 3rd quarter. 12-10 remains in the 3rd quarter. Mason takes a snap inside the pocket, looks to pass, and his receiver fell down. Alex Bullock gets tripped up by the turf monster, and that ball flies over his head. And it'll be 4th down. Here comes the punt team. Max Pelham out there once again to punt it, and similar situation of what just happened. It's the same field position. The Jacks were at the 25. Now they're at the 23, and last time the punt was blocked. Pelham has backed up a little bit since that time, and he'll take the snap here with 12:03 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Here is the snap. They're coming quickly. Pelham gets it off, and it's headed towards the sideline. A short punt, and touch the receiver. It's a muffed punt, and did the Jacks recover it before that fell out of bounds? One ref is pointing the way of UNI. I think the Jackrabbits forced that ball out of bounds before recovering it. It was a muffed punt at the sideline on the far side by a Panther that was running across the field. No one knew where that punt was. It was a short punt. It was at about the 40-yard line on the Panther side. It fell. There is a review underway, and there's an injured Panther down on that side of the field as well. So we are currently in an injury timeout. Panthers with the possession as that ball went out of bounds before the Jackrabbits were able to recover that muffed punt. A missed opportunity there. First and 10 for the Panthers. They have great field position as that punt fell short. They're at the 41-yard line on their own end. Sheckelman, receivers either side. Hand to the running back, Bill Jackson. Jackson fights forward for a gain of 3. He's 2nd and 7. The Panthers will be at the 44-yard line. Second down and about 7. 11:29 remaining in the third quarter. Shuckleman has 2 receivers to his left, fullback in the game. It's going to be a handoff to Jackson, and he gets stopped. He bounces out. I thought he was down. He's still up, but he doesn't pick up many more yards. Gain of 1 there for Jackson. 3rd and 6. 11 minutes remaining in the third quarter, and it's 3rd down here. The Panthers are at the 47-yard line in their own end. Trips receivers to the left of Sheckelman. 1 receiver to the right. The running back is Jackson. Stepping back inside the pocket, Sheckelman passing. His receiver doesn't know where the ball is. He wasn't even looking. The ball heads towards the back of his helmet. It's tipped by a defender, and the ball falls to the ground. 4th down for the Panthers. That ball was dangerously placed by Sheckelman. His receiver was not aware of the play. Almost intercepted there by number 5, Cullen McShane. He got a hand on it, tips it down towards the turf. Here's the punt team. Noah Pettinger for Northern Iowa is the punter. They are punting from the 46-yard line in their own end. This one flying and bounces out of bounds at about the 6-yard line. They placed the ball at the 11-yard line, and the fans not happy with the ball placement. They thought that ball flew out of bounds way before the 11. That ball was pretty wide of the sideline when it fell at around the 6. Almost hit a cameraman. But the officials placed the ball at the 11. Fans not happy with it, but that's what it is. 10:22 remains in the third quarter. The Jacks lead it 14-3 over the Panthers. We're in a media timeout. We'll take it with them. Be right back here on Collegiate Sports after this.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by D.O. Bike and Fitness. Located at 1738 6th Street in Brooklyn, South Dakota, D.O. is a place for all things bikes. Offering top brands such as Trap and Electra, this close-to-campus store has both bike and e-bike options. Remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy a bike, and that's pretty close. 692-2022 is the number to call for this full-service and sales store. D.O. is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio KSDJ 90.7.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
Back here in the third quarter, the Jackrabbits pinned. It's 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line after the punt from the Panthers. 10:22 remains in the third quarter. Mason claps once, looks to hand it off to Longridge. He fights forward for a gain of 2. Second and 8. The Jacks will be at the 13. The Jacks lead it by 11. It's 14-3. We're all just waiting for Julius Longridge to break one loose. He's had a couple short gains in the start of the third quarter. Hasn't been able to get any long runs here in the second half yet. Mason, a receiver either side, 2 tight ends in the game, sends a man in motion. Give to Longridge, and he almost gets stopped in the backfield trying to fight forward, and he gets forward progress of 2 yards. And we have an injured Jackrabbit down. It's going to be number 15 who's down for the Jackrabbits. Longridge is injured. And he's holding his leg there. It's 3rd and 6 as it stands, and Longridge is down after that run. And training staff out there, and the Jackrabbits taking a knee. As they are working on that leg. Looks like Julius Longridge, his left leg, trying to massage that muscle, maybe a cramp there from Longridge. We'll see, and he is up. He is walking under his own power. Could have just been a cramp there on that left leg, but we will see. Longridge, yeah, able to get off under his own power there. And he doesn't go to the tent. He's just on the sideline. Probably just a cramp of that left lower leg. It'll be 3rd and 6 for the Jacks. 9:25 remains in the 3rd quarter. Just waiting to get out of the media timeout here.
FTC Company is proud to support South Dakota State University students through the Ag PhD Student Scholarship Program. For over a decade, FTC has donated $35,000 in scholarships, helping future leaders in agriculture and pursuit of education. As proud SDSU graduates, the Hefty family is honored to invest in the next generation of Jackrabbits. Thank you, FTC, for your continued commitments.
Jackrabbits currently on the 15-yard line with 9:25 remaining in the 3rd quarter. It'll be 3rd and 6. Chase Mason will have 3 receivers to his left and 1 to his right. In the game is James Basinger at running back. Look out, the blitz coming. Mason flings it in the air, and it's a ball that's just flung up there, and that was a dangerous release there from Mason, as that one could have easily been picked off. Luckily, no Panthers able to get into the area. There was a receiver, not intentional grounding there. 9:03 as the Jackrabbits will look to punt here, backed up in their own end once again. And Max Pelham gets the snap, and he's almost dropped again by a Panther there who hit his kicking leg, but able to avoid the plant leg, and Pelham stays up. The punt short there, no return punt. It was fair caught, and that's going to be at the 47-yard line in Panther territory. So a short punt there by the Jacks. Good field position for the Panthers. 1st and 10 from the 47. The Panthers take over on offense. Scheckelman keeps it. He's going to pass. A deep ball and almost caught by a receiver. And there's a flag. They're going to flag PI here on the Jacks. That one intended for J.C. Roque Jr., and the defensive back got in contact a little bit too early there. On the replay, yeah, number 9 on the coverage for the Jacks. And as the receiver was trying to get back to the ball, he gets in the way. That's going to be called PI. That was Matt Goring, the linebacker, on the coverage there, flag with the PI. Brings the Panthers up. And it will be 1st and 10 from the Jackrabbit 36-yard line. Run play here for the Panthers is stopped at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10. Ball on the 38, Jackrabbit territory for the Panthers. No gain on that play. It's 2nd down. Five receivers out there for the Panthers now. No backs in the backfield. Looking to pass. Sheckelman fires a deep ball towards the end zone and off the fingertips of Roque Jr. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Noah St. Juice with the pass breakup. It's 3rd and 10 for the Panthers.
It is now 3rd and 10. Noah St. Just gets the stop on the pass breakup there. Brings up 3rd down for the Jackrabbit defense. The Panthers are at the 38-yard line, Jackrabbit territory. A little bit out of field goal range. 3 receivers to the right, and there's a flag. That's going to be a false start on the offense. That one called on running back Bill Jackson jumped.
The UNI penalty makes it 3rd and 15.
Be 3rd and 15 for Northern Iowa. Pushes them even farther out of field goal territory here. They are on the 43-yard line, Jackrabbit territory. 8:05 on the game clock in the 3rd quarter. Three receivers to the right of Sheckelman. He looks that way. Here comes the blitz. It's a screen for Bill Jackson. He picks up a nice yards after catch, but he's not going to make it to the 1st down. Gain of 7. It'll be 4th down and 8. Offense stays out there. They are on the 36-yard line. They have 8 to go. 2 receivers either side. Stepping back into the pass. Sheckelman, pressure coming. That ball picked off, tipped by the receiver and picked off by the defender. Trucking forward, number 28 on the interception. Chase Van Tol, the linebacker out of T, South Dakota, takes it away, and there's a fight on the sideline. Fight on the sideline at Hobo Day as the Panthers get into the Jackrabbit sideline. And the Roughs break it up, and the Panthers headed back out. Picked off by Chase Van Tol. The Jackrabbits take it away. It's been a defensive battle here for Hobo Day. And the Jackrabbits give up the third takeaway of the day. And it was an absolute truck on the sideline by Chase Van Tol against an offensive player who was trying to tackle him. That's why there's a little bit of scuffle on the Jackrabbit sideline. Jacks take over on offense. It's Chase Mason, the ball placed at the 49-yard line in Jackrabbit territory. Mason steps back to pass. He's looking deep for his man, and that one's going to be flagged PI, and the Jackrabbits are going to advance the ball. .707 remaining in the third quarter. Defensive pass interference, and the ball moved forward 15 yards. Jackrabbits will have 1st and 10. They're at the 36 in Panther territory. Mason takes a snap, looking to pass once again. He's going to go out to his running back. That flies over the head of James Basinger and out of bounds. Pass incomplete. 7:04, and it'll be down. 7:04 remaining in the third quarter. It's 14-3. The Jacks ahead by 11. 2nd and 10. The Jackrabbits at the 36. Two receivers either side for Mason. Basinger at his left. Stepping back to pass once again. Mason fires, tries to get to Smith, and Smith gets ripped away after the play by the defensive back. No flag. Smith and number 29 on the defense getting into it. Tucker Langenberg after the play. Refs don't see it, and it'll be 6:59 remaining in the third quarter after that incomplete pass intended for Jack Smith. It's 3rd and 10. Jack's still at the 36-yard line. Chase Mason has two receivers either side again. One is a tight end on the right. Sends a man in motion, takes a snap, and looking to run it. Mason, keeper, and pushes forward for a small gain. There's a flag on the play.
Flag is down. Holman Miller with the stop.
Jacks would have only picked up about 3 yards on that run. We'll see what the call is. They call holding on the offense. There'll be a 10-yard penalty. So it'll make it 3rd and 20. For the Jacks, they will be at the 46-yard line now. Backed up out of field goal range for Eli Statter. 5 receivers out there for the Jacks. Mason with no backs. Empty backfield. Stepping back inside the pocket. Quick pass here. Caught by Alex Bullock. He pushes forward for a nice gain, but he's not going to get back to the line to gain. It'll be 4th down. 4th and 12. And the Jackrabbits leave the offense out. Ball is on the 38-yard line in Panther territory. 2 receivers either side. Basinger the back. Mason inside the pocket, looking for a receiver. That pass low, incomplete, intended for number 12, Graham Goring. Mason had room to run there. He maybe could have picked up the 1st down if he just took off. Instead, tries to pass to Graham Goring. That ball too low, out of the reach of Goring, incomplete. Turnover on downs there for the Jackrabbits. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers. They'll take over at their own 38. Extra muscle out there for the O-line. Fullback and tight end in. Here is a pitch out to the right, and he gets blown up there after a small gain. That was number 1, Jaden Oliver, who had the interception earlier today that led to the Jackrabbit touchdown, and he blows up the running back there, Harrison Bay Bowie. It'll be 2nd and 9 for UNI. Sheckelman, handoff to Bill Jackson. Jackson rolling, spinning, and he runs backwards, so he's not going to get that forward progress unless they do spot the forward progress. Looked like Jackson was running backwards there, but they're going to say forward progress. It'll be 3rd down. Third down and 6 with under 5 minutes now left in the 3rd quarter. Panthers are at the 42-yard line. Empty backfield. Trips receivers to the left of Sheckelman. One receiver to the right with a tight end. And a whistle. Timeout. Timeout for Northern Iowa. It'll be a 30-second timeout. 4:30 remaining on the game clock for the 3rd quarter. The ball is at the 42. It's 3rd and 6 for the Panthers. Hasn't been a lot of scoring in the 3rd quarter here. All 2 touchdowns coming for the Jackrabbits, 1 per quarter, and only a field goal late in the 2nd quarter for UNI. It's 14-3, the Jacks by 11. Timeout taken by UNI. We're getting out of it now. And getting ready for 3rd down. Sheckelman empty backfield once again. 2 receivers either side. Trips on his right. Stepping back into the pocket. 3-man rush, and he has to leave the pocket. Throws it towards the ground. Kind of a cross-body throw there by Sheckelman, and it hits the turf. Incomplete. Stop on 3rd down for the Jackrabbit defense. It'll be 4th and 6. And UNI is in their own territory. They're on the 42-yard line. They'll elect to bring out the punt team. It's Noah Pettinger. With 4:24 left in the 3rd quarter, Pettinger will punt it away. The Jackrabbit return team out there. It's a short punt again, and it heads out of bounds. And that ball bounced out of bounds at the 15. It headed out of the line. They mark it at the 22. The Jackrabbits will take over at the 22 after that punt out of bounds. And it'll be 4:18 remaining in the 3rd quarter. They spot at the 23. 1st and 10 at the 23. 4:18 remains. Mason has 3 running backs out there. Sends a man in motion. Jack Smith. He passes that way. It's a bubble screen. Bubble screen for Graham Goring, who breaks out. Good block by Jack Smith, and Goring pushes forward for the 1st down. A nice bubble screen out to the left side. Jack Smith hits a key block, and Graham Goring, yards after catch, picks up the 1st down. He got about 12 yards there. The ball is going to be spotted at the 35. Two tight ends in the game now for the Jackrabbits. James Basinger is the back. He will get it. He dives forward, and he's stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain. It'll be 2nd down. It will be 2nd and 10. The Jackrabbits are at the 35 in their own end. Jackrabbits sub out a blocker and put in Jack Smith once again. 3 receivers to the right, and it'll be a pass. Mason looks to the left. That's Goring again, and he picks up the first down. Missed tackle, and he breaks free and pushes forward for about 10 more yards after that catch. We have first down and about a 22-yard pickup for Graham Goring.
16-yard gain. He's brought down by number
2:42 remaining in the third quarter. Goring picks up about 16, and they're going to call a review if Goring stepped out of bounds or not. .240. Goring got hit at the sideline. He would have picked up the first down even if he did step out of bounds at that spot. He got hit and broke free of that tackle and pushed forward for about 10 more yards. The question is, did Goring step out of bounds prior to breaking free? And it looks really close on the replay, but he might not have. This is a better angle. And I cannot see green between his shoe and the sideline. I think Goring stepped out of bounds there, and they'll back this one up a few more yards. And they will say he did step out at the 49-yard line. So it'll still be 1st and 10 for the Jacks. Oh, the ruling on the field was that he stepped out of bounds. My apologies. Ruling on the field was he stepped out of bounds. It was for a 16-yard reception, and that call stands after the review. So 1st and 10, ball at the 49 in Panther territory for the Jackrabbits. Fake handoff, play action here for Chase Mason. Looks to pass, wide open is the tight end. He's got room to run, forced out of bounds. They are after a nice gain. Grayton Gannon with the reception, and it's a first down for the Jackrabbits. A huge pickup for the tight end Gannon. Ball will be placed at the 23-yard line. It's a 26-yard gain for Grayton Gannon and the Jackrabbit offense. Mason takes his snap, handoff Julius Longridge, and he gets stopped at the line of scrimmage. Under 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. They're going to give a gain of 1 to Longridge on that run. It'll be 2nd and 9. The Jackrabbits at the 22-yard line in Panther territory. 3 receivers to the right of Mason. He's got a tight end to his left, stepping back to pass. It is a dump pass to the Gannon, the tight end. He's got room, and touchdown! Grayton Gannon, yards after catch. Gannon with the touchdown. You didn't think that we were going to see that play. Gannon fakes the block on the left side. There's no receivers to the left of Mason other than Gannon. Then he swings out, takes the dump from Mason, trips receivers on the right, take all the defensive backs that way for UNI, and Gannon has a clean run for 20 yards to the end zone. The extra point is good from Statter, and the touchdown from Gannon puts 7 more on the board. It's 21-3. The Jackrabbits lead it by 18 with 1:14 remaining in the third quarter. A great run after the catch by the tight end, and he could not be caught. And the touchdown passing from Mason And he is now 12 for 20 on the day with a touchdown at 170 yards passing for Chase Mason. 22-yard catch and run for Grayton Gannon, the junior out of Eagle, Wisconsin. A great catch and run for the 235 6'4" tight end for the Jackrabbits. Jackrabbits will kick it off from left to right, and the ball falls down again, the wind a factor. And again, the Jackrabbits will have a hold from Bowden Schiller as they kick off. Ryan Harrington, the kickoff guy for the Jacks. This one's a boot, headed down to the 15-yard line. Fair caught by the Panthers at the 15. Minute 14 remains in the third quarter. It's 21-3. The Jackrabbits lead it by 18. Panthers take over on offense at the 15-yard line. That last drive was 6 plays for 77 yards, took 3 minutes, and ended with that 22-yard catch and run for Grayton Gannon. Jackrabbit defense looking to make a stop. Sheckelman, receivers either side. He looks to pass and gets it to a receiver open for the first down. Picked up about 16 yards on that catch. That was Tyson Kershaw. First and 10 for the Panthers. They will be at the 43-yard line.
For the Panthers at the 42-yard line.
41 seconds remain in the third quarter. Sheckelman, 2 receivers to his right. It's going to be a handoff to Bill Jackson, and he gets a small gain. They'll say a 1-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 9. 10 seconds remain in the third quarter, and the Panthers will let it tick down. We will get ready for the fourth quarter, and it will be 2nd and 9 for the Panthers. When we come back, media timeout. We'll be right back for the fourth quarter after this.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings Power Quest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
So what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
Welcome back into Dana J. Dykhouse Stadium. It's the Hobo Day game here in Brookings, South Dakota. After this game, the Jackrabbit volleyball team will be taking on St. Thomas in First Bank and Trust Arena. That will kick off at 7 p.m. Last season, St. Thomas was the only team to beat the Jackrabbits in the regular season in volleyball. That was after a stretch of 22-0 by the Jackrabbit volleyball team, finally losing their first game last season to St. Thomas. So a rematch here in Brookings at 7 p.m. And unfortunately not going to have that one for you on Collegiate Sports, but can tune in to Midcoast Sports and the Summit League Network for that one. Here, the Jackrabbits lead this one 21-3 coming into the fourth quarter. For the Hobo Day game, 2nd and 9 for the Panthers as they are on the 43-yard line in their own end. Second and 9. Sheckelman. Empty backfield. The snap, and it'll be a quarterback keeper and a loss of 1. That was not Sheckelman, that was number 15. That's Jackson Daly coming in at quarterback for UNI, and a rush for no gain. 3rd down. Actually lost 1. It'll be 3rd and 10. At the 42-yard line for the Panthers as Sheckelman comes back into the game at quarterback. 2 receivers either side. Sheckelman, the snap, steps back to pass. It's a quick one, caught across the middle of the field by his man. Number 2, Aiden Price caught that one. Nice pickup, but it's not going to be enough for the first down. It'll be 4th and 2. For the Panthers. Actually 4th and 3. So got to make a decision here. You're at the 49-yard line of your own end, and the offense is going to stay out there. 3 yards to go, 13:50 remaining in the game. Empty backfield for Sheckelman. Sends the running back to his side in motion. Stepping back inside the pocket. And this ball incomplete, out of bounds. Turnover on downs for the Jackrabbits. .13:35 remains in the game. The Jackrabbits get the turnover on downs. They'll have a great field position to start off this drive in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 at the Panther 49. Mason sends a man in motion. Extra bodies on the line. Mason rolls out. It's a play-action pass. Gets to Graham Goring. Goring breaks a tackle. He's headed for the first down marker. Doesn't quite make it there. But a nice 9-yard pickup there for Graham Goring on the catch. Goring got out to the 40-yard line. That's where the Jackrabbits will set up 2nd and 1 in Panther territory. 13 minutes remains in the game. Mason sends a man in motion. That's Smith. Here is the handoff. This one to Basinger, who gets upended And for a gain of 1, it'll be a first down. 12:40 remaining in the game. First down, 1-yard rush for Basinger. Jackrabbits set up at the 38-yard line. Now staring at the end zone for the Panthers. Jackrabbits are moving from right to left. Mason has 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. And the Jacks look to pass. Mason bootlegs out to the right and throws it away. Pass incomplete. That was intended for Basinger, but I think Mason was dumping it off as the pocket collapsed there. 2nd and 10 for the Jacks at the 38-yard line. Mason's been a little bit slower today passing-wise. He's 13 for 22 for 179 yards. A touchdown for Mason passing to Grayton Gannon. Mason takes a snap, handoff here to Basinger. He pushes forward for a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd and 9 as the Jacks set up at the 37-yard line in Panther territory here.
3rd and 9 for the Jackrabbits.
Mason, 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Step back inside the pocket, fires to the right, caught for the first down. That's Goring, and a horse collar tackle. Throw the flag on that one as he fumbled but got tackled from behind. An egregious horse collar on Goring. The flags are flying. Goring caught that one at the 20-yard line for the first down. Oh, he got him by the face mask and ripped his head around. I thought he got him by the back of the pads, but he got him in the face mask and whipped Goring around. An egregious penalty there. Goring fumbled, so good flag there, catch by the referee. It'll be first down, and after the flag, the ball will be pushed forward. And that's an additional, I think it's going to be an additional 10-yard penalty because the Jackrabbits set up at the 11-yard line now, 1st and 10. It was a 12-yard penalty. Could have been half the distance to the goal there, or a spot foul. Here's a dump pass from Chase Mason to the fullback. It's a touchdown. Andrew Gustad, the fullback, into the end zone for 6. Excellent dump pass off to the left side from Chase Mason. Gets him in empty space. The receiver has nobody in front of him and gushed in for 6. That scoring drive, the Jackrabbits had 6 plays for 49 yards, took 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Extra point up here. A whistle blows the play dead before the kick. It'll be a flag. False start on the kicking team. Back up 5 yards and kick another extra point. So now set up 5 yards back, the holder at the 16-yard line for the extra point. It'll be a 26-yard kick. Kick is up and through. The extra point good, sent by Eli Statter. 28-3, the Jackrabbits lead the Panthers by 25. 11:06 remains in the game. We'll take a media timeout. We'll be right back after this.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. Talk to someone if you're struggling with mental health, because most people out here really care. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by D.O. Bike and Fitness. Located at 1738 6th Street in Brookings, South Dakota, D.O. is a place for all things bikes. Offering top brands such as Trek and Electra, this close-to-campus store has both bike and e-bike options. Remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy a bike, and that's pretty close. 692-2022 is the number to call for this full-service and sales store. D.O. is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Welcome back into not First Bank and Trust, Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium. The Jackrabbits just scored a touchdown pass to the fullback. Number 43, Andrew Gusted, caught that one. And the PAT good by Statter. Jackrabbits just kicked off. It's going to be a touchback for the Panthers when they take over. 11:06 remains in the game. It's 28-3 in this Hobo Day match. Jackrabbits lead by 25. Panthers set up at the 25-yard line. And it will be Scheckelman, quarterback once again. Stepping back to pass. That ball nearly intercepted off the hand of number 2, Miles Taylor. And that was actually Aiden Dunn. Aiden Dunn's coming to the game at quarterback for the Panthers. 2nd and 10. Took 4 seconds off the clock. Previously, Dunn had only thrown one pass in this game, and it was an interception in the end zone taken away by the Jackrabbits. Dunn back in the game here in the 4th quarter. He stepped back to pass once again, rifles it to his running back, who gets a nice gain on the run after catch. Harrison Bay-Buick. It'll be 3rd and 2 for UNI. They are at the 33-yard line.
It's 3rd and 2 for the Panthers.
Aiden Dunn. Takes a snap. Looking to his right. Gets it to Bill Jackson, who has room to run. Picks up the 1st down and more. Puts the Panthers at the 43-yard line, their own territory. 10 minutes remain in the game. Dune keeps it. He's going to pass and throws it to the ground as he had a defender at his face. Pass incomplete. Incomplete to Derek Anderson, the tight end. It's 2nd and 10. The Panthers will set up still at the 43. Dune sends the man in motion. 2 receivers either side, 2 tight ends in the game for the Panthers. Takes a snap, handoff here to Bill Jackson, who has a little bit of room to run, and he gets a nice gain. The 3-yard run, so it'll be 3rd and 7. 9 minutes 30 remains in the game. Jackrabbits ahead by 25. Panthers are at the 45-yard line on their own side of the field. Dunn at quarterback. Claps once, sends a man in motion. Takes the snap. Looking to pass. Launches one to the sideline. He pushed off on the defender. No flag. Pass falls incomplete at the sideline. It'll be 4th down. Fourth and 7 after the incomplete. The Panthers send out the punt team. Noah Pettinger is the punter for Northern Iowa. Pettinger takes a snap. Here's the punt. Flying end over end, and this one bounces at the 18-yard line and caught by the defense at about the 16. That's where the Jackrabbits will take over on offense with 8:55 remaining in the game. We will have a full media timeout here, and Dan and Jay will take it with them. We'll be right back after this on Collegiate Sports.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
when the storm rolls in, my time to find a pet-friendly evacuation center will have run out.
The scorching heat wave will leave me powerless to cool my insulin.
I'll face a hurricane without meds. Now that's a tough pill to swallow.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
So what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Jackrabbits back on offense. It's the 4th quarter. 8:55 remaining in this one. I'm Ben Anderson with Collegiate Sports. Braden Byers helping us out today in the studio, getting it on KSDJ 90.7 FM. Thank you for listening to Student Radio. Jackrabbits taking over on offense. They're positioned on the 16-yard line, backed up in their own end after the punt. Mason takes the snap, handing off to James Basinger, who picks up a nice gain. He gets the 1st down. Nice run there by James Basinger. 8:40 remaining in this one. Mason, extra tight ends out there. Running back in I formation, sends fullback in motion. Hand off to the running back, diving forward for a short gain. I think it was Basinger again. Gonna make second down. He picked up a nice gain, about 3.
3 yards on the play.
So it'll be 2nd and 7, under 8 minutes now remaining in this Hobo Day game.
Second and 7 for South Dakota State.
Second and 7. Mason still at quarterback, extra fullback out there. Taking the snap, handing it off to Basinger, and Basinger powers forward for the first down.
That's a Jackrabbit. First down.
Nice run there by Basinger. Picks up the first down. The Jackrabbits now on the 40-yard line. It's 1st and 10.
11 yards on the carry for Basinger. 1st and 10, Jacks at the 40.
Mason takes a snap, hand off to Basinger once again. He powers forward for a gain of about 3. Be 2nd down and 7. Basinger, workhorse back in this 4th quarter. 6:36 remaining in the game. Jackrabbits at the 42. Mason inside the pocket, looks to pass. He goes deep, and that ball out of the reach of number 19, Jack Smith. That ball falls well over his reach and above his head, and it was closer to a defender in reality, so good that that one falls incomplete for Mason. 6:11 remains after the incomplete pass. It makes it 3rd and 7. Jack's at the 42-yard line. 2 receivers either side of Mason, looking to pass once again. Pat caught by Bullock. He moves. He's got room to run. Gets the first down and more. Pushed out of bounds finally at the 26-yard line. Nice catch and run by Bullock. 6 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Jacks from the 27-yard line. Handoff, it's a Chase Mason keeper, and he passes up to number 4, David Alpers. Alpers picks up about 6 yards on the catch. Be 2nd and 4. 5:25 remaining. Here is another pass here, caught by Bullock, and Bullock wasn't quite ready for it. Turned around just in time to catch that one for the first down. Nice snag there by Bullock. Wasn't looking till the last minute. Ball was in his face, able to catch it for the first down. The Jackrabbits now at the 13-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. And a timeout. It's going to be called by Northern Iowa. "30-second timeout here. Jackrabbits at the 13-yard line. It's 1st and 10. 4:50 remains in the game. Chase Mason's had a great day as a quarterback. He's 17 for 27 in passing and for 241 yards. 2 touchdowns from the air, and a passer rating of 160. On the rushing game, Chase Mason has 7 attempts for -2 yards, but 2 touchdowns on the day with a long of 10. 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. The Jackrabbits in the red zone. Mason with 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Looks to pass once again, airs it out to the right side of the end zone. Bullock almost caught it, dropped. Good coverage there by the defense. Pass for Bullock falls incomplete. 4:44 remaining, and it's 2nd down and 10 from the 13. Nearing the end of this game, and the Jackrabbits still not worried about airing it out. Still passing nearing the end of the 4th quarter. 2 tight ends in the game now for the Jacks. Fullback in as well. Mason sends the fullback in motion. Claps once. Handoff here for Basinger pushing forward. He picks up about 2. It'll be 3rd and 8. The clock will start to run. 3rd and 9. The Jackrabbits are at the 12-yard line. Mason with 3 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Basinger still out there. Mason to pass. Airing it out to the end zone, and that one goes out of bounds, intended for Sammy Dreese. And it'll be 4th down after the incompletion. Field goal unit comes out. That's Eli Statter and company. As it's 4th and 9 from the 12-yard line, the Jackrabbits couldn't quite find the end zone there. This will be a 30-yard attempt for Eli Statter. He is on the left hash mark. The wind blowing from right to left. Statter's kick is through and good. 3 more points on the board for the Jackrabbits. Be 31-3. The Jackrabbits lead the Panthers by 28. And 3:58 remains in this one. Another media timeout. We'll take it with them. When we come back, the Jackrabbits kick off to the Panthers with 4 minutes remaining in this one. We'll be back after this.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
Welcome back for 4th quarter action here on the Hobo Day game. I'm Ben Anderson with Collegian Sports. Braden Byers with us in the studio. 4 minutes remain in this one. The Jackrabbits lead at 31-3 over the University of Northern Iowa Panthers. And the Jacks look to kick off after the field goal by Statter. Ryan Harrington there to kick it off. This kick is a boot. It's going to go out the back of the end zone. Touchback for UNI. 4 minutes remain in this one. We'll see what the Panthers can get done. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers from the 25. Panthers trying to get something done in the game now. At quarterback for the Panthers is number 15, Jackson Daly. Daly back to pass, rifles one near the sideline. Good coverage by number 1 there. Jaden Oliver locks it down. Nothing there. That was good pass by Daly, but the defense able to lock it down. Jaden Oliver stops that one. Flag on the play, and Oliver's going to get called with pass interference on that one, so they'll advance the ball. I guess Oliver had a little bit too good defense there on that sideline. Flag, and penalty gives automatic first down. .352 remaining in the last quarter of this one. Jackson Daly. Quarterback keeper up the right side, finds space, gets brought down after a nice gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3 for the Panthers as they are on the 47-yard line on their own end. Daly taking the snap, and another quarterback keeper, and he gets brought down hard. That's stopped by Joel Ullman. Got the first down. Gain of 3, got what he needed. 1st and 10 now for the Panthers. They'll be at the 50-yard line.
1st and 10, Northern Iowa at the 50.
Daly looks to pass once again, and he launches one, and that's picked off by the defender. Number 21 with the interception for the Jackrabbits. It's going to be Miles Green with the pick. Miles Green picks off Daly. Got in a battle with the receiver there for that one. The intended receiver was Graham Fredrickson. 2:21 remains. And this one, the Jackrabbits take over on offense after the interception. And the Jacks with the ball, leading 31-3. Bring in Luke Marble, backup quarterback. Sends a man in motion. Handoff here to the running back. Pushing forward for a nice gain. James Basinger was the back there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The Jackrabbits are set up at the 15-yard line. This will be the 2-minute warning. So we'll take a break, and we'll be right back after this.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings Park West. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, CarQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. CarQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by D.O. Bike and Fitness. Located at 1738 6th Street in Brookings, South Dakota, D.O. is a place for all things bikes. Offering top brands such as Trek and Electra, this close-to-campus store has both bike and e-bike options. Remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy a bike, and that's pretty close. 692-2022 is the number to call for this full-service and sales store. D.O. is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
After the 2-minute timeout, back here in Dana J. Dyke House, I'm Ben Anderson with Collegiate Sports. Braden Byers back in the studio. Luke Marble and the Jackrabbit offense at the 2-minute warning. It's 2nd and 8. They are on the 16-yard line. Marble rolls out to the right to pass, and his receiver bobbled it and caught it on the floor. They're going to rule this a complete pass. No. They're going to say he used the ground to catch that one. That was Sammy Dressy. It's going to be 3rd and 8. Minute 53 remains after the incompletion. And Luke Marble on 3rd down will hand it off, and a whistle stops action before the play. Delay of game will back the Jacks up. It will be third and 13. Jacks are at the 12-yard line. Marble takes a snap, looks to pass, passes it over to Basinger, tries to take it for a run, breaks through and can't make it to the first down. It'll be 4th and 3. And the Jackrabbits will probably have to punt it away here. Gain of 10 there for Basinger would have been enough, but that delay of game backs the Jacks up. Punt team out there for the Jacks. Max Pelham, the punter, to boot it away. This one a very shallow punt, bounces down at the 30, and this one will get a return. It's brought out to about the 38 before being brought out of bounds. The return that time was J.C. Roquet. He's brought down out of bounds, so that stops the clock at 55 seconds. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers at the 39-yard line.
15-yard return on the play. 1st and 10 for Iowa at the 39.
Again, Jackson Daly out there for the Panthers at quarterback. Handoff to the running back is stopped after no gain, maybe even lost a couple there. That's Caden Amigan-Suter. And the clock will run. It's at 40 seconds. Going to have to run one more play here. 30 seconds on the play clock. 2nd and 10 for the Panthers. This will be the last play of the game. Daly takes snap. It's a quarterback keeper. He picks up a nice gain, and he's still pushing the pile forward and gets a gain of 8 on the quarterback keeper, and that will be the end of it. 31-3. The Jackrabbits beat the Panthers at home for Hobo Day. We will stick with it here, and we'll have a post-game report for you. I'll keep it short and sweet. The Jackrabbits defeat the University of Northern Iowa 31-3 for Hobo Day here in Brookings. Right after this at 7, the Jackrabbit volleyball team will be taking on the University of St. Thomas from St. Paul, Minnesota, coming out to First Bank in Trust Arena. Head over that game if you'd like. If you have a ticket to the football game, you get into that game for free. And that one should be a good one. Unfortunately, not going to have it for you on Collegiate Sports, but you can catch it on Midco and the Summit League Network. Taking a look at some stats throughout this one, Chase Mason was 18 for 30 today in passing for 249 yards and 2 touchdowns, a passer rating of 151. Julius Longridge kind of got stopped today on the run game, and that goes for the run game as a whole for the Jackrabbits. Longridge had 19 attempts for 76 yards and a 4-yard average. James Basinger, 10 attempts for 37 yards and an average of 3.7. Receiving, Alex Bullock led the team in receptions at 5. He had 82 yards and a long of 31 on 9 targets and had 46 yards after the catch. Graham Goring had 4 receptions for 51 yards, a long of 16 and 5 targets and 47 yards after the catch. Jack Smith had 3 catches today on 5 targets for 34 yards and 11 yards after the catch. Grayton Gannon, 2 catches today on 4 targets for 48 yards and a touchdown. James Basinger with 2 catches. Sammy Dressy with a catch. And the fullback, Goosted, had 1 reception for 11 yards and a touchdown as well. And Johnson with a catch also for the Jacks. So the Jacks win it here on Hobo Day. Taking a look at scores around the conference. Of course, this one goes down 31-3 in favor of the Jackrabbits. Earlier today, USD beats Indiana State 19-14. Currently, North Dakota State beating Southern Illinois with 7 minutes left in that game. It's 45-16 in favor of the Bison. And over in Grand Forks, North Dakota taking on Youngstown State. The Fighting Hawks winning that one 28-10 with 7 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. At 6 p.m., Illinois State taking on Murray State in Kentucky. Coming up next for the Jackrabbits, they are going to head over to Murray, Kentucky to take on Murray State on October 18th at 6 p.m. And then the week after that on October 25th on Saturday, to be determined time of start, the Bison will be coming to Brookings, and they will be taking on the Jackrabbits for the Dakota Marker game. That figures to be the best game of the season, certainly the best game to be played here in Brookings for the regular season. So that one is a must-see. If you can't get to it, we'll have it for you here on Collegiate Sports. Coming up in November on the 1st, Indiana State comes to Brookings. The Jacks will be headed to USD for the South Dakota game on the 8th. Illinois State comes to Brookings on the 15th, and the Jackrabbits round out their regular season in Grand Forks versus North Dakota on the 22nd. The Jackrabbits advance to 6-0 on the season and 2-0 in the Missouri Valley Football Conference. And UNI falls to 2-4 on the season. 31-3 final score. Thanks to everybody that makes this stuff happen. Thanks to all the fans and everybody for listening. Thanks to Brian Stemwedel, our faculty advisor. Thank you to Braden Byers in the studio helping me out today. I have been Ben Anderson for Braden Byers saying, as always, go big, go blue, go Jacks. Have a good one, everybody.